Hello there, my wonderful friends. Today, we're talking about something really important, our health. As we age, our bodies change, and while we might still feel young at heart, what we eat plays a massive role in how well we enjoy our golden years. Now, I know what you're thinking. Vegetables? Aren't they supposed to be the healthiest thing ever? Well, yes and no. Some vegetables, as amazing as they are, can actually be tricky for us older adults. Don't get me wrong. They're still packed with nutrients and vitamins, but the way our bodies process them now might not be the same as when we were younger. Things like acid reflux, joint pain, or even kidney stones can pop up, and believe it or not, some vegetables can make those issues worse. Surprising, right? But don't worry. That doesn't mean you have to give up on your favorites. It just means we need to get a little smarter about how we enjoy them. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 10 vegetables that seniors like us need to watch out for or eat with a bit more caution. More importantly, I'll share tips on how you can still enjoy delicious, safe, and nutritious meals without sacrificing flavor or health. After all, life's too short for bland food, isn't it? Before we dive into our list, I want to know, where are you tuning in from? I'd love to hear about the lovely places you're watching this from. Drop your city in the comments below and say hi. And don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on more tips to make your life easier, healthier, and happier. So, let's get started. Up first is a vegetable you might already have sitting in your fridge, a colorful little thing with a surprising downside. Point 1. Bell peppers, the colorful culprit. Bell peppers. Aren't they just gorgeous? Bright reds, yellows, and greens. They add so much life to a meal. But did you know these colorful veggies, while full of vitamin C and antioxidants, might not always agree with us as we age? Let me explain why they could be a little tricky for our senior stomachs and joints. First, let's talk about acid reflux. If you've ever experienced that burning sensation in your chest after a meal, you know how uncomfortable it can be. Bell peppers, particularly the green ones, are naturally acidic. For some of us, they can relax the lower esophageal sphincter, that little muscle that keeps stomach acid from creeping up. When that happens, it's like inviting acid reflux to your dinner table. If you're someone who struggles with GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, bell peppers might make things worse, especially when eaten raw. Now, here's something that might surprise you: joint inflammation. Bell peppers are part of the nightshade family, which also includes tomatoes, eggplants, and potatoes. These vegetables contain compounds called alkaloids, and while they're harmless for most people, they can trigger inflammation in those of us dealing with arthritis or other joint issues. If your knees feel a little creaky after a meal with bell peppers, it might be worth paying attention. But don't worry, you don't have to say goodbye to bell peppers altogether. Let's talk solutions because I'm all about enjoying food in a way that works for us. First, choose red or yellow peppers over green ones. The red and yellow varieties are sweeter and less acidic, making them gentler on the stomach. Green peppers, while cheaper and more common, are the least ripe and the hardest to digest. Next, cooking is your best friend. Roasting, steaming, or sautéing bell peppers not only enhances their flavor but also reduces their acidity, making them easier to digest. Raw peppers are the biggest culprits for acid reflux, so give them a little love with some heat before eating them. And if you notice that bell peppers still aren't sitting well with you, whether it's your stomach or your joints, don't hesitate to swap them out for something like zucchini or carrots. These veggies have similar nutritional benefits without the potential downsides. Point 2. Beets, the sweet surprise. Let's talk about beets. These vibrant root vegetables are often considered a superfood. They're packed with nutrients, promote healthy blood flow, and even help lower blood pressure. Sounds like the perfect vegetable, right? Well, not so fast. While beets have their benefits, they also have a couple of sneaky risks that seniors need to watch out for, especially if you're keeping an eye on your blood sugar or kidney health. First up, blood sugar spikes. Beets are naturally sweet, which is why they're often used in salads, juices, and smoothies. But that sweetness comes from their high natural sugar content. For those of us managing diabetes or insulin resistance, eating too many beets can lead to sudden blood sugar spikes. And here's the tricky part. While they don't taste as sugary as fruit, they can still have a significant glycemic impact. So if you've been told to keep your glucose levels in check, portion control is key. Now, let's talk about kidney health. Beets are rich in oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation if consumed in excess. If you've ever had kidney stones, you know they're no walk in the park. For those of us prone to kidney issues, eating too many beets could increase the likelihood of stones forming again. It's important to stay mindful of this when including beets in your meals. But don't worry, you don't have to banish beets from your diet. They can still be a delicious and nutritious part of your plate if you follow a few simple tips. First, moderation is your best friend. Keep your servings small and occasional. For example, enjoy beets as a side dish rather than the main attraction, and avoid having them every day. This way, you get the benefits without overloading on sugar or oxalates. If you love beet juice, here's a handy trick: dilute it with water. This reduces the sugar concentration while still allowing you to enjoy its earthy flavor and health benefits. Another great tip is to pair beets with high-fiber foods like spinach, broccoli, or whole grains. Fiber helps slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, keeping your blood sugar levels more stable. And for those of us who love roasted veggies, roasting or steaming beets is a better choice than boiling them, as it lowers their glycemic index. Lastly, if you're really concerned about the risks, consider alternatives like carrots or sweet potatoes. These options provide a similar sweetness and nutrient profile without the same level of oxalates or impact on blood sugar. Point 3. Brussels sprouts, the digestive dilemma. Brussels sprouts. These tiny green bundles of goodness are part of the cruciferous vegetable family, which includes broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. They're loaded with fiber, antioxidants, and even cancer-fighting properties. But as much as they're celebrated, Brussels sprouts can sometimes be a little too much for our digestive systems, especially as we get older. Let's start with the fiber factor. Fiber is fantastic for keeping our digestion in check, but for seniors, too much of a good thing can backfire. As we age, our digestive systems slow down, making it harder to break down fibrous foods like Brussels sprouts. This can lead to bloating, gas, and even constipation in some cases. Nobody wants to feel that uncomfortable fullness after a meal, right? Another challenge with Brussels sprouts is their sulfur compounds. These are the same compounds that give Brussels sprouts their strong smell when cooked. While these compounds have health benefits, they can also ferment in the digestive tract, producing excess gas and making bloating even worse. If you've ever felt a bit gassy after enjoying a serving of sprouts, you're not alone. But don't worry, you don't have to give up on Brussels sprouts completely. They can still be a delicious and nutritious addition to your meals if you take the right approach. Let's talk about how to enjoy them without the discomfort. First, proper preparation is key. Always cook your Brussels sprouts thoroughly. Cooking helps break down some of the fiber and sulfur compounds, making them easier to digest. Steaming, roasting, or boiling until they're tender are excellent options. Just avoid eating them raw, as that's when they're hardest on your digestive system. Next, start with small portions. If you're not used to eating high-fiber foods, introducing them gradually can help your digestive system adjust. Eating a large serving all at once might overwhelm your stomach, so it's better to take it slow. Pairing Brussels sprouts with digestive-friendly foods can also make a difference. For example, pair them with lean proteins like chicken or fish, or combine them with low-fiber vegetables like zucchini or cucumbers. This balances your meal and reduces the likelihood of bloating or discomfort. And here's a tip for those of you who still find Brussels sprouts challenging to digest. Swap them out. Vegetables like carrots or green beans offer similar nutrients without the risk of digestive issues. They're gentler on the stomach and can easily be used in recipes that call for Brussels sprouts. Point 4. Okra, the slimy dilemma. Let's talk about okra. This unique vegetable is a staple in many Southern and Creole dishes, loved for its ability to thicken soups and stews with its naturally slimy texture. It's also packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, making it a nutritional powerhouse. But, for some of us in our golden years, okra can pose a few challenges if we're not careful about how we prepare or consume it. One of the primary concerns with okra is its high fructan content. Fructans are a type of carbohydrate that can be difficult for some people, particularly seniors with sensitive digestive systems, to break down. When our bodies struggle to digest fructans, it can result in bloating, gas, and general discomfort. If you've ever felt off after enjoying a dish with okra, this could be the reason. Another issue with okra is its oxalate levels. Just like beets, okra is rich in oxalates, which can contribute to kidney stone formation if consumed in excess. If you've had kidney stones before or are prone to kidney issues, you'll want to be mindful about how much okra you're including in your meals. And then there's the texture. That slimy, mucilaginous quality that makes okra perfect for gumbo can be a bit challenging for some seniors, especially if you have difficulty chewing or swallowing. For those with dentures or swallowing disorders like dysphagia, okra's texture can feel unmanageable. But don't worry, you don't have to give up okra entirely. With a few smart adjustments, you can enjoy its benefits without the downsides. First, let's tackle the slime. Cooking methods like grilling, roasting, or stewing okra with acidic ingredients such as tomatoes or lemon juice can help neutralize its slimy texture. These methods also enhance the flavor, making it more enjoyable to eat. If digesting okra has been a problem, consider reducing portion sizes and pairing it with foods that are easier to digest. Combining okra with lean proteins or low-fiber vegetables can help balance your meal and make digestion smoother. And for those of you worried about oxalates, the key is moderation. Having okra once in a while, rather than as a regular part of your diet, can minimize the risks. If you're still concerned, swapping okra for alternatives like zucchini or green beans might be a good option. They're gentle on the stomach and versatile enough to work in most recipes that call for okra. Point 5. Garlic, the pungent problem. Garlic. This small but mighty ingredient is a favorite in kitchens around the world. It adds a bold flavor to just about any dish, and it's often hailed as a superfood for its immune-boosting, heart-protecting, and blood pressure-lowering benefits. But, like many things in life, too much of a good thing can be a problem, especially for seniors. Let's start with blood thinning. Garlic has natural blood-thinning properties, which can be a double-edged sword. If you're on anticoagulant medications like warfarin or have a clotting disorder, consuming too much garlic can increase the risk of bleeding. It's one of those cases where something healthy in excess might not mix well with your prescribed treatments. Another issue with garlic is its tendency to trigger acid reflux or heartburn. If you've ever had that burning sensation after eating something garlicky, you're not alone. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that can irritate the lining of the stomach and esophagus, especially for those with GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, or sensitive stomachs. Raw garlic, in particular, can be harsh and cause bloating or indigestion. Now, I know what you're thinking. So, should I just stop eating garlic? Absolutely not. Garlic can still be part of a senior-friendly diet with a few adjustments. Let's talk about how to enjoy garlic without the risks. First, opt for cooked garlic. Cooking reduces the sulfur compounds that can cause irritation, making it gentler on the stomach while still retaining its rich flavor. Roast it, sauté it, or add it to soups. These methods mellow its intensity and keep it delicious. If you're worried about garlic interfering with your medications, the most important thing is to consult your doctor. They can help you figure out a safe level of garlic intake that won't interact with your treatments. Moderation is the key here. Garlic as a background flavor, rather than the star of the dish, can still make your meals tasty and aromatic. For those who experience reflux or irritation even with cooked garlic, consider using herbal substitutes like parsley, basil, or chives. These herbs add a burst of flavor without the digestive risks, and they're just as versatile in cooking. How do you like your garlic? Roasted and sweet, minced into a sauce, or as a base for soups? Let me know in the comments below, especially if you found any creative ways to use garlic without triggering reflux or irritation. Your tips could help someone else enjoy garlic a little more safely. Point 6. Tomatoes, the acidic offender. Tomatoes are a kitchen favorite, aren't they? From fresh salads to hearty soups and pasta sauces, they're incredibly versatile and loaded with nutrients like lycopene, which promotes heart health and may reduce cancer risk. But despite their reputation as a superfood, tomatoes can cause some unexpected issues for seniors, especially when it comes to digestion and inflammation. The biggest concern with tomatoes is their high acidity. For those of us dealing with acid reflux or GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, tomatoes can be a major trigger. Their natural acidity can irritate the stomach lining and esophagus, leading to discomfort, heartburn, and that all-too-familiar burning sensation after a meal. Cooked tomatoes, like those in sauces and soups, can be even more problematic because cooking intensifies their acidic properties. Then there's the nightshade factor. Tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, which includes other vegetables like bell peppers, eggplants, and potatoes. Nightshades contain alkaloids, which, for some people, can contribute to mild inflammation. If you're living with arthritis or other inflammatory conditions, tomatoes might exacerbate symptoms like joint pain and stiffness. But don't worry, you don't have to give up your favorite tomato-based dishes. There are ways to enjoy tomatoes while minimizing their impact on your health. Let's explore some solutions. First, consider switching to low-acid tomato varieties. Yellow and orange tomatoes are naturally less acidic than their red counterparts, making them gentler on the stomach. They're just as flavorful and versatile, so you don't have to sacrifice taste. Next, be mindful of portions. Instead of piling your plate with tomato-heavy dishes, enjoy them in moderation and pair them with non-acidic foods like leafy greens, cucumbers, or whole grains. This balance can help reduce the overall acidity of your meal. When it comes to tomato products, avoid highly concentrated options like tomato paste, ketchup, or canned tomato sauces, as these are much more acidic than fresh tomatoes. If you're making a sauce at home, adding a pinch of sugar or a splash of cream can help neutralize some of the acidity. For those who still find tomatoes troublesome, consider substitutes like roasted red peppers or butternut squash. These alternatives offer a similar texture and sweetness without the acidity, making them a great swap in recipes that call for tomatoes. Point 7. Radishes, the spicy culprit. Radishes are known for their crisp texture and peppery kick. They're a common addition to salads, pickles, and even sandwiches, adding a refreshing crunch to any meal. But while they may seem harmless, radishes can sometimes cause unexpected discomfort for seniors, particularly those with sensitive stomachs or certain health conditions. The first issue with radishes is their sharpness. That spicy bite we love comes from natural compounds that can irritate the stomach lining, especially if you have a sensitive digestive system or conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Eating radishes in large amounts can lead to bloating, gas, and even stomach discomfort. If you've ever felt uneasy after enjoying a radish-packed salad, this could be why. Another thing to watch out for is their diuretic properties. Radishes naturally stimulate urine production, which might be beneficial for some, but for seniors managing fluid retention, kidney issues, or those already on diuretic medications, this can disrupt the body's fluid balance. Overconsumption could lead to dehydration or electrolyte imbalances, which are particularly risky as we age. So, does this mean you need to give up on radishes entirely? Absolutely not. You can still enjoy them safely with a few thoughtful adjustments. First, cook your radishes. While most people eat them raw, cooking radishes can significantly reduce their sharpness and make them gentler on your stomach. Steaming or roasting radishes softens their texture and mellows their flavor, making them easier to digest. If raw radishes are a must-have for you, try starting with small portions. Gradually introducing them to your diet allows your digestive system to adjust, minimizing the risk of bloating or discomfort. Pairing radishes with other foods can also help. Combine them with milder vegetables like cucumbers or leafy greens to balance their intensity and create a more stomach-friendly dish. For those who still find radishes challenging, consider substituting them with similar crunchy vegetables like celery or carrots. These alternatives are gentle on digestion and can easily replace radishes in salads or other recipes. Point 8. Chard, the high oxalate hazard. Let's talk about chard, a leafy green that's as vibrant as it is nutritious. With its colorful stalks and rich leaves, chard is often considered a superfood, packed with vitamins A, C, and K, as well as minerals like magnesium and potassium. It's a favorite for many health-conscious individuals, but for seniors, it comes with a couple of hidden risks that you should be aware of. One of the main concerns with chard is its high oxalate content. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many leafy greens, and while they're harmless in small amounts, consuming too many oxalates can increase the risk of kidney stones. For seniors with a history of kidney stones, or those prone to kidney issues, overindulging in chard might not be the best idea. Another issue is vitamin K. While vitamin K is essential for bone health and blood clotting, it can interfere with anticoagulant medications like warfarin. Inconsistent levels of vitamin K in your diet can affect the effectiveness of these medications, increasing the risk of blood clots or bleeding. If you're on blood thinners, keeping track of your vitamin K intake is crucial. But don't worry, you don't have to cut chard out of your life entirely. With a few smart strategies, you can still enjoy this nutritious vegetable safely. First, practice moderation. Instead of eating large portions of chard daily, limit it to occasional servings. This reduces your overall oxalate intake and minimizes the risk of kidney stone formation. Cooking chard is another great way to make it safer. Heat reduces oxalate levels, so steaming, sautéing, or boiling chard can help lower its potential risks. Plus, cooking enhances its flavor and makes it easier to digest. If you're managing your vitamin K intake, consult with your healthcare provider. They can guide you on how much chard or other leafy greens you can safely include in your diet while maintaining consistency with your medications. For those looking for alternatives, consider spinach or kale in controlled portions. They provide similar nutrients without as much oxalate risk, making them a great substitute for chard in soups, salads, or stir-fries. Point 9. Onions, the gas-inducing trouble. Onions. Where would we be without them? They're the backbone of so many recipes, adding depth and flavor to everything from soups to stir-fries. But as amazing as onions are, they can cause some real challenges for seniors, particularly when it comes to digestion. The biggest issue with onions lies in their sulfur compounds. These are the same compounds responsible for their sharp flavor and unmistakable aroma. While these compounds have immune-boosting properties, they can also irritate the digestive system, leading to bloating, gas, and discomfort. If you've ever felt gassy or had an upset stomach after eating onions, those sulfur compounds might be the culprit. For seniors with conditions like GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, or acid reflux, onions can be even more problematic. Their pungency and natural acidity can irritate the esophagus and stomach lining, triggering heartburn and indigestion. Raw onions are the most likely to cause these issues, as their potency is at its peak. But don't worry, you don't need to swear off onions forever. With a few adjustments, you can still enjoy their flavor without the discomfort. First, cook your onions. Cooking reduces the sulfur content and mellows their sharpness, making them much easier on the stomach. Sautéing, roasting, or boiling onions are all great ways to bring out their sweetness while minimizing their impact on digestion. If raw onions are a must for you, try choosing milder varieties like sweet onions or green onions. These are less pungent and acidic compared to red or yellow onions, making them gentler on your digestive system. For those who find onions challenging even when cooked, consider substituting with alternatives like shallots or leeks. Both offer a similar flavor profile with less intensity and are often easier to digest. Green onions are another excellent option. They're mild, versatile, and perfect for adding a hint of onion flavor to dishes without overwhelming your stomach. And remember, moderation is key. Instead of loading your meals with onions, use them sparingly and balance them with other ingredients that are gentler on your stomach. Point 10. Turnips, the thyroid trouble. Turnips are a versatile and often overlooked root vegetable. They're packed with fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants, making them a healthy choice for soups, stews, and roasted dishes. But for seniors, particularly those managing thyroid health, turnips come with a hidden risk that's worth paying attention to. The concern with turnips lies in their goitrogenic compounds. These natural substances can interfere with the thyroid gland's ability to absorb iodine, a mineral essential for proper thyroid function. For seniors with existing thyroid conditions, such as hypothyroidism or iodine deficiency, consuming large amounts of turnips can potentially worsen their condition. This interference can disrupt hormone production, affecting your metabolism, energy levels, and overall health. But here's the good news. The goitrogens in turnips can be neutralized through cooking. So, while raw turnips might pose a risk, cooked turnips are much safer and still offer their nutritional benefits. Here's how you can safely include turnips in your diet. 1. Cook them thoroughly. Steaming, boiling, or roasting turnips significantly reduces their goitrogenic compounds, making them safe to consume even if you have thyroid concerns. Cooked turnips are also easier to digest and have a softer texture, perfect for soups and side dishes. 2. Pair them with iodine-rich foods. balancing your meal with iodine-rich ingredients like seafood, eggs, or iodized salt can help counteract the goitrogenic effect of turnips. This way, you can enjoy their flavor while supporting your thyroid health. 3. Moderation is key. Even with cooked turnips, it's best to enjoy them in moderation. Having them as an occasional treat, rather than a dietary staple, minimizes the risk of any negative impact on your thyroid function. 4. Consider alternatives. If you're concerned about turnips or simply don't enjoy their flavor, try swapping them out for other root vegetables like parsnips, carrots, or sweet potatoes. These options provide a similar texture and nutritional profile without the thyroid-related risks. For those on thyroid medications or managing a thyroid condition, it's always a good idea to consult your healthcare provider before making turnips a regular part of your diet. They can guide you on the right amount to include while keeping your health in check. Well, my friends, we've covered a lot of ground today. From colorful bell peppers to spicy radishes, we've explored the vegetables that, while healthy for many, might require a little extra thought and care as we age. Finally, I'd love to hear from you. What's one vegetable from today's list that surprised you? Have you made any changes to how you prepare your meals as you've grown older? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to learn from your experiences and ideas. And remember, eating well is just one piece of the puzzle for a happy, healthy life. Stay active, stay curious, and most importantly, enjoy the simple pleasures, like a delicious home-cooked meal. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips and advice tailored just for you. Here's to flavorful, senior-friendly meals and a healthier, happier you.